Fans, welcome back to Mind for Combat. Firstly, before I get into the breakdown, if this is the first time you checked out my channel or any of my content, please hit the subscribe button and help me grow my channel as big as possible. Also, in the description, I'm going to put a link to MMA Headspace and MMA Newsroom. Both great channels. MMA Headspace does great breakdowns on fights, gives very detailed breakdowns. He has great video editing skills, so his videos are very viewable as well. So please check out his content. He provides great breakdowns. Check him out and provide him some feedback. If you like his content, then subscribe to his channel. And MMA Newsroom, who also has great content, check out his channel as well. So for this fight breakdown, I'm going to be doing a breakdown on an upcoming Bellator heavyweight fight. It's between Matt Mittrione and Sergei Kharitonov. I think this is a very fun fight in the heavyweight division. A fun fight between two guys that have been around for a little while. Two guys that are maybe a bit older in their life but still very relevant heavyweights. And two guys that are going to throw down in what I think is going to be a great fight. It's Matt Mittrione versus Sergei Kharitonov. Now, this is a fight that isn't getting a ton of attention, maybe because it's a Bellator card, but I think it's a great fight and I think it deserves a little bit more attention than it's getting. So let me go through the tail of the tape before I do the actual fight breakdown. So Matt Mittrione, believe it or not, is actually older than Sergei Kharitonov. So I know Sergei Kharitonov's been around for years. We're talking Pride. He started his career in mixed martial arts 20 years ago. He's had, I believe, about 15 or 20 kickboxing fights. So he's a true veteran of the sport. Sergei's 38 years old, and Matt Mittrione, whilst he's still relatively young in the game, he's only been fighting since 2010. He's 40 years old. He actually started later on in life, but I think the age is not reflective of sort of the MMA age, if you will. Matt Mittrione, like I said, he did start later in life and he is fresher. He started in 2010, 10 years after Sergei. He's probably got a lot more, he's probably a lot fresher than Sergei still at this stage. And I think in MMA years, I would actually say Sergei's probably got a bit of age on him, probably in wear and tear. I don't know if that makes sense, what I'm trying to articulate here. Basically what I'm saying is, I think Matt's the fresher fighter of the two, even though he is a little bit older. So that's one point. The records. So Matt Mittrione comes into this fight with a record of 13 wins and 6 losses. And whilst that record sounds underwhelming, I think it's worth noting that Matt Mittrione has spent the entirety of his career with UFC and Bellator fighting at a high level. His last fight was against Ryan Bader. He's been in there from day one with tough opposition. And I'm going to go into that a bit more. Sergei Kharitonov, on the other hand, is a much more experienced fighter. He's got a record of 28 wins and 6 losses. He's a true veteran of the game and he's been around for a long time, from UFC to Pride, not UFC, from Pride to Strikeforce, Bellator, Bulldog. He's been around. This is a guy that's a true veteran of the fight game. So any true fan of mixed martial arts knows who Sergei Kharitonov is, and they know him well. And that's part of the reason why I'm so excited about this fight. Their height. So Matt Mittrione, he's 6'3", and I don't know why this surprised me, but Sergei Kharitonov is actually taller than Matt Mittrione. I don't know why that surprised me. I don't know if it should surprise me, but it did surprise me. But Sergei Kharitonov is actually 6'4", so he's a little bit taller than Matt Mittrione, just by an inch. But yeah, so that bears witnessing. Matt Mittrione has a 79-inch reach, while Sergei Kharitonov has a 76-inch reach. So Matt Mittrione's got a little bit of reach on him, so that should level out the height disparity a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how Matt uses that. He does tend to fight with his hands low as well, so that's going to be interesting. I think that's something that bears noticing. So their styles, they both got a stand-up striking style. Like I said, Sergei's got experience in the kickboxing realm. Matt Mittrione's a movement-based striker. He likes to bounce around on his feet before he engages, and so yeah, Matt Mittrione's got that sort of movement-based stand-up, while Sergei's got a lot more, a much more traditional fundamental style of striking. And I think it meshes together well for a fun fight. So I think you guys should be looking forward to this fight and seeing how it's going to play out. It's going to be fun. Let's look at some of the key wins. So for Matt Mittrione, his recent run prior to his loss to Ryan Bader included Fedor Emelianenko in a fight where they both got dropped at the same time. He just got up first, and whoever got up first would have won that fight. So you got the wins over Roy Nelson, Fedor Emelianenko. He's beaten Gabriel Gonzaga. He knocked out Derek Lewis in a round, I believe, in like a minute. And prior to that, he had some fun wins of guys like Kimbo and etc. But those are not really key wins. And Sergei Kharitonov, now he's got a lengthy resume of key and impressive wins. Most recently, he knocked out Roy Nelson. He knocked out Andrei Arlovski in 2011. He knocked out Alistair Overeem as well, so there's that bears witnessing. He's also got wins over the likes of Fabricio Werdum, Semi Shield. So those are some key wins for Sergei Kharitonov, and I think they should be taken into consideration. When I say Sergei's been around for a long time and he's a true veteran heavyweight at a high level, I'm not just saying that. He has a great skill set and tons to offer. So that's something that should definitely be remembered when we're talking about some of the great heavyweights. Sergei is definitely among them. He never had his opportunity, so he never got exposure amongst the UFC fan base. And I think with the issue that UFC had with, I think the name of the camp was Golden Glory, so I think that halted his career. Issues. Matt Mittrione, the issue for me is clear. He's got absolutely zero ground game. Absolutely zero ground game. It appears he couldn't defend a single Ryan Bader takedown. I still remember back to when he went for the ill-advised takedown against Ben Rothwell when he got himself choked out. So I think it's a bit unfair to say zero. I'm sure he's got some ground game. I just think that it's one of his weaknesses, and I think that's something that's going to play out as an issue. When it comes to issues for Sergei Kharitonov, he got caught recently against Javier Ayala. He got knocked out by Javier Ayala in like 17 seconds. So that's something to consider, and also wear and tear. Like I say, he's been around for a long time. I don't think Javier Ayala would have beaten him in his prime. I don't think he is in his prime, but I think he's still got something to offer. But yeah, so there's that. X factor for Matt Mittrione is going to be his movement. His movement is going to be the X factor. How he uses his movement. Sorry, I just dropped the beard here and there. It's a bit awkward. So Matt Mittrione is going to be his movement and how his movement plays out in the fight, and how he demonstrates his abilities and what he can do. For Sergei Kharitonov, the X factor's got to be his experience and his all-round skill set. I think of the two, although Sergei has always been a career striker, I think of the two, if it's to get into a grappling exchange, let's not forget this is an MMA fight, I would definitely favour Sergei. Now, how do I see this fight playing out? Now, this is not going to be a long breakdown for me how I see the fight playing out. It's going to be handled on the feet, and I think Sergei's going to have a decisive advantage, and I think they're going to come out, they're going to start striking, and I think what will happen is Sergei will clip Matt Mittrione, and I think it's going to be over quite early. I think it's going to be a one-round fight, and I think Sergei's going to get the knockout. That's my opinion. That's how I see it going. So my official prediction is Sergei Kharitonov knockout in the first round victory. Okay, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are excited about this fight and what you think about this fight and the implications it will have in the Bellator heavyweight title picture. Let me know what you guys think. Please comment below, and thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Mind for Combat.